Today we have the Essix on our teeth. We had the two extra teeth that they broke for us, so we have had to remove them. So we removed them and we did the surgeries and we did the posts. So there's posts, normally you put posts in there and you have a time where you have to wait and make sure that the post takes and the gum held around before you put the new teeth. In general, for us at least, it was 3 months minimum before you put the crowns in there. So we're in that time in between, and we ordered the Essix thing, which is like what you do for. They took the word from us, but when you're straightening the teeth, it's like the invisible thing, and then it has the two teeth that are missing. So our speech may have a little bit of a difference in it. Just for whoever wants to know that you can't eat when you have the Essix in. You can only drink water. That way you don't build, no cavity or the stuff is stuck in there and you remove it. So you just do it when you are, out or like this, or you're out working and you want to be comfortable or looking with complete teeth in there. The name is ESSEX. That's the Essix, we think. But wrong, we'll figure it out. We're gonna put our band so we can put our creams. As we are putting this, we're getting insulted on our look, insulting our forehead. And we can hear it. We get that, as so as we hear it, but the rest of you who are in the miracle where we hear and they abuse that, where you would look at yourself and see that. And you wouldn't know that somebody else is telling you that. So you'll just feel, whatever ugly they are putting on you, you'll feel it without knowing that it's not you, that it's the American government on you. We're gonna go ahead and use our Bioderma and our Up and Up Oval, Premium Oval. The circle has made took our forehead and used that along with the teeth that they did, different things that they did, and used that to put ugly on us and feel to the point where they used Saturday Night Live for it, which is a show that we watched for so many years, that we loved for so many years. We watched it when we were in Oklahoma State University. We would not watch, we were in studio all the time. We spent, day and night in there. But we would take the time on Saturday night to go watch Saturday Night Live. And they used some of the actors in there with the show to make fun of our forehead in a very, very ugly way as well. We were watching with our kids and others. And that is the ones that chose to do that in that show. They took the devil's deed. The Some of them it's unforgivable. They can't get that back. They can do lower their afterlife, but they can't get heaven. Not with doing that to us, as they knew we were the Goddess Supreme. Putting some paint here on our eyes. They weren't supposed to do that as we are filming. On breaking the teeth, it is more than it is both, I guess, not more. The look and the function. Or think about it, we're like, well, it's more the function that's important, but the look matters too, because they change the way you are, the way you naturally are, and the way you have earned. You have earned it just by being born to have your natural teeth not broken by lasers on you. We don't remember if we did it on one of our filming or not, but they have lasers that can move, that set automatically on to be moving your teeth if you are chosen with that scenario on you. And so until they break into the tooth where you can't save it. So they can break it in a way where you can't save it. We tried to save, we couldn't. And that is something that old people have suffered here for a while now. They drive them slowly into they are losing their teeth, the ones that are chosen for that also. And even if you do crowns, you could still, because we had a crown in there over the tooth, and they still broke in a way where we couldn't save the crown. So the dentist had to break the crown, and we had to go for surgery and remove that because they plan it. They're looking at everything in details, and they do it. They have the view to and the access to do that. So that used to be a scenario only on some older people, on some people that take illegal drugs or alcohol or whatever, so they feel guilty that they have drove themselves into losing their teeth. And that includes the rotten looks that they do on them. That's not always the drugs. The lasers, there are different lasers that do different things. There are generations of time here to evolve that technology in a hate way. So they did that on older and on some chosen that would that people justify that their teeth are, they lost their teeth for their own doing, which is not always. We are against illegal drugs, but the lasers hate on things with those, with different scenarios that they choose. That's still wrong. And we are getting red. We have agreements for removing all illegal drugs from the world. We have agreements with the top ones who manage all of that, and we will remove that to help you earn better afterlife or earn heaven, because drugs just interfere with who you are. But we have the hate here as the mafia, the American mafia, has been in there for generations. The next generations and the next generations that got into it, and they had that power, and they had the hidden, and they grew up in that. And they not just grew up in that, but there are some chosen in there, in the mafia, in the American mafia, that are chosen to be no compassion, no empathy. And they grow up that way. And the other mafia around them, because they are, they many know each other. Some, not everybody knows. Some mafia are knowing each other on the top, and some in the middle, some may not, and there are others lower that don't know who is on top. So it's not an organization to everybody. The power is in not being known. But even on, some of the ones that are like growing up, they're growing up without empathy, without compassion on the top, but also in other levels. So they can use them for different ways. And so those that grow up in that, the other ones that are regular, well, not regular, mafia, but not growing up in that scenario, they suffer them sometimes because they are cruel, ruthless. So even when they're going to school with them, they run sometimes into problems with them. And they have to their parents hold them back. They go, no, that one is supposed to be that way, you stay away from that one. So they manage somewhere around them because they know how those are supposed to be, and how and there is no way out of it. You can't. So you just have to let that one get away with it because that's the way they are, and not make him an enemy of yours, as you are all, as they are in the mafia together. So there are different, they're not all, it's a very evolved mafia in hate and in managing, and in being so strong in hidden, and being more ruthless and more cruel with time. And being in the government, in the American government for 3 generations, have made it, at least have made it really, really strong. We're going to put our skin tech. They have the pains on, there's the lasers here that are different. They're not like the pain lasers that we talk about, and even the pain lasers there are different pain laser fields. And the thing is, now we know how, we know the laser taste, we know the laser feel, we know all that, and we feel it. But before we thought that was our pain, but now we're like, oh, that was unnatural. So the thing that we thought before we had our big awakening, that we just felt it was pains that we, different pains that we had. Now we're like, oh, that's the laser taste, or that's the laser feel. So even in this, it's we're able to taste things in different ways, not just the taste that you think. So it's a lot of different feels. And this one, like, we had to stretch. There's the lasers that make you feel like you're it's a it's an ache, a tiredness, where you feel like you need to stretch, and just your body needs to move, like you need to move, wake up. That's lasers on you. Not that you don't need to move. We need to move. We need to be more alive than we are. Most of the world is not as alive as we should be, and we should have enough time in our everyday life where we are not working, where we are refreshing, where we're living in a full 100% living, a natural way, the way we made you, the way you need to feel, that most people don't feel. And you just see many times, just some people that choose to do more activities, or they're doing that, but everyone deserves to have that, alive feeling, the active feeling. So even when you feel you're lazy, or you don't like exercise, or you don't move, that's actually lasers on you. That's hate on you, that's a scenario on you. We remove that, it's like a new you again, alive. But this got hidden so well. The American Mafia got hidden so well, because they even changed the books, they changed the history. So and they took time, slowly they took time to do that, and killed many that would have brought that up. So because they are watching and hearing everyone here for some time, they just would kill whoever is going to be a risk to them, whoever is speaking out. And if somehow that escaped and spoke out to somebody else, they'll kill both of them. So they hid it really well. So even the history that you see, and history, we're talking politics, but we're not just talking politics. We're talking politics, we're talking life. Just different things, the aches, the pains, the diseases, the social, different things that are in history that are changed now for you, where you think it is one way, but it's all wrong. It's a mafia written, rechanged, changed history, so that you are completely fooled. And that is worldwide. And the change is also in the religions. It's in the Muslim religion, it's in the Judaism, it's in the Christian, it's in the Buddhist. They put changes in different religions, where you think all the religions are in one way, for one thing. For example, as it relates to women, the women got targeted in religions by a history, and by some things that are not true. And so it's a worldwide targeting by religions, it looks like, but it changes because the mafia hates women. The American mafia has really gone against half of the society, against women in a big way, and surrounded them in different areas of their life. So professional, mothering, schools, math, it's just different things if you have that scenario on you. Exam taken, and um, targeted women for them being like I guess having a view like women are trying was it more greedy or want money for nothing. So first they take away from them the promotions, the jobs, the incomes in different ways, and then they use some that get tempted, or some that find themselves in where they don't have a choice, and that's possible also in here because they can circle in a way where you just feel completely trapped, to be to be more looking like a greedy or whoreish or whatever, you know that they did on women. But yeah, religions were used in that to cause a lot of suffering for many, including not letting any woman, other than us now, because we brought our own enlightenment by bio, not letting any woman get enlightened enough to rise in the religion teaching, and you know even when some get a little bit, they get just a little bit enlightened. And so when you're looking at the enlightened people and how much, because enlightenment is not just 1 degree, you can enlighten more or less. So even the women that work so hard and they get granted enlightenment, they get granted just a little bit, but the man can reach more, and that's just lasers in your head and how much they clear it, because they are limiting what natural, what we give you, what you earn. You earn enlightenment, you should have the access to us and have the access to enlightenment. But they made sure that the women didn't get that natural rights to them. They're making us uncomfortable here in our eye right now on purpose, because even we try to do our feel all the time, they interfere with unnatural ways for them to feel a win that they did, derailed us from our way. Putting some pressure on them, it feels good to do that pressure. And in the targeting of women or other targeting as well, there are scenarios on on different countries and sometimes on different regions. So they could target some countries with more women prostitution or women, whatever, different things that could be like being superficial, could be different things. And so that gets, it's done on a bigger way on the country or on the region. And so they start having that, that's what the reputation in there, and the culture starts having that, and everybody's like whole set, and you start thinking that that area or that country, you think of their women and that's what you think of them. Okay, they are this way, or this other one, they are this way. But that is also the American mafia scenario on that country or on that region. And so that really gets in the way of earning heaven, even when it's on you by lasers. It still gets in your way, because if you don't grow enough love, and we want more now, this is the heaven forever. If you don't grow enough love, you can't get it. We don't give it to you because you got wronged by the mafia. You have to have enough love for us to have the best heaven. So the way we can help you is remove what you have on you, remove the American mafia completely over the US and over the world. That's how we can help you earn. And if you earn enough with us, if you have made huge efforts for us, specifically us, loving us and working on freeing us with the results, getting there, not giving up and all of that. Even if you haven't, because you have limited lives in here that are left, just one or two, depending on that, doesn't mean long life, it could be shorter. And that may not allow you to get heaven. But if you have done so much for us, we can send you back. So we can have your beings, you can have some go back in time to earn enough love, and then you can jump. We're it's not a straight, we can send somebody all the way back if we want, and we already know the path, we already know if you make it or not, because we can see it, and we make sure that you make heaven because of so much efforts that you have done for us. And that means that you have done, if you are not able to earn it, that means you already probably know that you have done enough bad things that are not allowing you to just make it to heaven on how much love. But even the people that have done that, some of them, once we are here, they fall in love with us in a way of doing the impossible that seemed impossible, and they work really hard for it. And so that is rewarded by them being with us forever. They're crying. And yes, somebody, this is for before, now that we are here, it's different, but somebody could have even, not talking about the ones that are crying with us, but somebody could even have killed, and still with enough love for us, they can still make it if we think they have grown enough love. We don't know how much cream we have put as we have been busy talking, but we'll just put, and we can put some more here on the areas where we feel we haven't maybe put enough. And put some pain here on our eye. And we can't, I mean, there are pains on us all the time. So we're not always holding where the pain. Sometimes we show it, sometimes we don't. But even when we show it, we just show it. And many times we move on because if not, we wouldn't do anything. If we follow just, and take a break when we have pain, we wouldn't have done anything. So we have to keep working as we are suffering different ones until there is a pain that we can't, an intensity or pain that we can't keep working with. There are a lot of different grades and different pains where you react in different ways, where even to the best of your ability, you can't do much. We're gonna do our sunscreen, Flaxia. And we put our sunscreen on if it's sunny like today, or if it's not, because even if it's not sunny, there's still rays, sun. There is still sun in there. There are many here in the society, in companies, in government that have been working, that have been mafia, working with the mafia, but yet they don't have, they are very low in the mafia, but very, but high impacts on the society, yeah, or on events that are important. So they use them. So they don't have that view of that the others have, but they are working with the mafia on a lower level. But if you see them, when you see them as powerful. Uh, they are powerful on us, on you. They're getting used, but they're not powerful in the mafia. And some of them are is the woman that has held Paramount and had put a hard line on us not being on TV, and she's not the only one because there are other the news channels and different all the tops, the other men uh, did the same hard line. They all worked with the mafia. Um, on us is very very stupid, but so is Trump did the same thing. He's very low. He doesn't have the access, and he's not. None of them know the top management, top and other top managements in the mafia. They are dealing with the lower that you can't track to know who is on the top. But they do the devil's deed. They make deal for that power that they feel they have, and they feel that they can because when they taste that power and they want it. It's not just tasting it; it's wanting it. Because we don't have that need to for the power, tasting the power and wanting. No, we don't have it. But these they got something and they have it, and so they feel the power and they feel that they can get out of things because they have gathered so much power or so much money, but they can't. They are getting used. They are low, and they're getting used for what they need to get used, and they kill them or they do different things for them. Most of the time, kill them once they are done with them with the job they wanted them to do. And in Trump, where we have spoken with him in the circle. We have spoken with his daughter some time ago before they were in there. We have spoken in different ways with others there in his family, with the wife, and he tricked us. He was supposed to get in there and get us in his inauguration. We come out and he presents us in there and we make the inauguration in a goddess way, and he tricks us in that. And so he took the devil's deed, the big devil in the USA that he doesn't know. He doesn't know, and he doesn't know. He's very low in the ladder, and he doesn't have that access, and he doesn't he doesn't like him. He sees him as stupid, just as we see him. But he you know, found him very good in being stupid and wanting the power and abusing the power. And he didn't just deceive us, he deceived a lot of his people, a lot of people that supported him. Here, he didn't really do his promises for them. So many are disappointed and regretting having him in there. But they gave him, because of the lasers on everyone, and because of the how they are in the government and how powerful they are in there, he's able to get away with doing so much destruction in the government, so much hate, and yet he keeps look, he keeps going more and more and more, and he does so many bad deals in the economics, the tariffs, the thing with international, the economics in here, the hate on California, is different things that are really bad strategies, bad decisions, bad deals, and many in the time being that they are waiting on us to be above everyone and to be the queen of the USA. And all this time they are having to sign agreements or with whatever bad deals they have to keep going so that their businesses don't go down, or their states, or different things. So even they fight and they work it out in time in between. Not that he has had successes. He claims failures as successes. Those are not successes; they're failures, and they're just dealing with him in the time being until he's fired, kicked out, taken out. He needs to be kicked out from any access. He's too stupid to have access and to stay in there, as he has destroyed many government earned experiences and just taken that away. He aims at the people that are good for the government to stay in there, the ones that have earned, the ones that, and even if they are have so much experience and are gonna go, they need to train the other ones so that you still have that solid government holding. The government is really holding and doing the right thing. Is not the president, it's not the Congress. It hasn't been, because they haven't been doing the right thing, and it's not the people that are in the Supreme Court, the people that you see in the power there. It's not them. It is the other ones that are in the agencies, that are in the that are supporting the government in many ways. And even when they don't do the right thing, and that includes the environment agencies, or the FBI, or different agencies, the justice system, even when they don't do the right thing, there are many people in there that should be in there, that should stay in there, that are the foundation that is keeping the country running in the right way. The ones that go, and they go with their heart, and they're working with their heart, and they are doing the best they can for the Americans. And even those, they are on them with laser, and they are on them with the other mafia, because all these departments have the mafia in there. And so they maneuver around that, and they do their best. They could do better without all of that, because they have the heart and they have the experience to do better. But are stopped, or now many laid off, and many aimed at to remove, because they are removing all the ones that do the right thing. So the ones that we want to keep, they are the ones that are aimed at. And just since we're talking about this, when we take over, when we are the ones in there, all the ones that got laid off, or fired, or didn't get the promotions that they needed to get, they're gonna get what they deserve and what they earned. And the ones that got thrown out, they're gonna get back in, and we're gonna give them the experience, their experience that they earned. It's like they never were out. So if they had 20 years experience, they're gonna get back like they were still working, so they don't lose those benefits and the experience, the work that they put in there, and the love that they put in there for all the Americans and the residents and the people that have been living in here. But they're aiming at the foundation of the US, and that has taken too long already. where they stayed in there and are able to do that. You have a handicapped system. You could see it as he's able to do that with a Congress sitting there, also mafia acting, and a justice system sitting there. That the Supreme Court, all of these people that are in there that should have done the balance, they are in there doing their own mafia thing. They're not balancing. Here, as we have the lasers on our hair in an extreme, this is it cut like all through. We could see all the, that's why you see all of that. It's cut by lasers on their own, lasers in our hairbrushes, lasers when we are washing our hair with wetness. They're all destroying, cutting in the hair. And also you have the strain there that's limiting the hair to fine and not that many, limiting how many we have. We just have learned to work with it. We have been trying different ways to manage the extreme that got more extreme on our hair. So we tried the blowout to have a different look since we're filming, and that they aimed at that in an aggressive way. They had a problem with that. The reason we did the blowout, that we were doing our hair, that it looked straight, it wasn't for we don't like to do that. I mean, you can do it, but we don't like to do it. We are very busy, and we don't like to take the time to do any of that. We don't like to take the time to do makeup. We don't like to do the time to straighten our hair, or to do, which is straight hair and has the lasers on it, to do that. We don't have that time. We have a big job to do, and so we're working on that. And even before our big awakening, we were already awakening, because we already started taking some things off that we felt that we have a bigger job to do than to focus on those things. And we do. You all need us worldwide, not just the American. Everyone needs us, because you have the big devil on you, and that's in your way to heaven. It comes in your way, and you don't grow enough love. You need us to change that for you. But so here, as we go back to our hair, there was a deal that was made that if when we go, famous people get it, and that's in the circles on them, and most don't know that they got it, because it's done in the circle. You don't know that. But some actresses or singers or others in politics, whatever, that got chosen, they have deals where they go and do their hair. They get the hair, they get stuff removed, so they don't have as much lasers on their head, because it's they remove either the strain on there with lasers, or they make it less damaging. You get a little better hair. So even the people that you see with thick hairs, they just got chosen with that scenario to have the thick hair, and then the other ones got chosen. It's all scenarios on each one. So when they start doing their hair with a stylist on a regular basis, they get that deal. And so we were supposed to have that deal with because we have the electric head on us, and so that was the thing. We were gonna start doing that on a regular basis every week, and they removed the electric head. So that would have helped us in that, because we have the electric head here for many, many years. It's a huge suffering, because ongoing, not natural field, you just, it's a huge suffering. But that didn't work. They signed in the circle, they signed that they were going to do it, and then they didn't do it. It's always the devil's trick. So we followed it. We did it. We followed it for a while. Kept because they kept our side kept working on getting that, and we couldn't get that. So once we couldn't get that, we didn't need to straighten our hair to take that time or to spend that money to do it. We did it for the electric head being removed from us, and that didn't get removed. So after that, as we had that, um, I guess since we are in when we got our hair done, the main thing about the one of the big beauties, okay, in hairs is having the hair, the volume. It affects your whole look. When you have more volume, it gives you a better look. It's a big difference versus when you have thing like that, and that you know is your right by nature. But even when sometimes people can't do it, when they go and get their hair done, they get the volume. We didn't get the deal really that we wanted, and that our love side wanted, which was the removing the electric head. But they also aimed at the look, and they made sure that it was no volume at all. That they put the laser on it. The person does it for you, and right away the laser put that, so you have the ugly on you. So they did that there in addition in the look. And then after we removed that, we just went back and did our hair natural. We don't put anything on it, just shampoo and conditioner, because again, they use those products to, because we are so much, the most lasers are on us, so they use all the, products, most of the products to do harm. So we just removed products, and we put just minimal products when there is something worked out in the circle, then we could use that product. So that includes the creams or whatever. Only when they work out something that we do it, because if not, then they aim at the product. So the deals and payments made many times to the mafia for certain thing, and many times the payments are made and the deal still doesn't happen. So it's not always with good results. But so when we brushed our hair after our shower, they just do the static and get it all. So with this time here, we tried not to do that. They are doing the curls on it, and we're like, okay, we'll let the curls, whenever we touch anything, or sometimes even without touching, they'll aim at it. But so we're not gonna brush it today. We're leaving it at least in the beginning of the week with some curls, so they don't, not as much fly around. But even with that, we have the advantage of having the scalp brush. We have the Avida scalp brush, and so we could still get our scalp moving, because we have the lasers on us. But even without that, even when we remove the lasers, it's good to get circulation stuff happening. It's like you're getting a massage every day. So this allows us to get our scalp feeling refreshed, and it's touched, it's loud. It's like when you're doing your plants, and your plants feel loved when you're either cleaning them or watering them or repotting them. So for the people that do the curly with products or without, or don't want to brush their hair and get that, open look, they want to have the little different, where it's a group of them together, they can still get their scalp refreshed with a scalp brush. And you don't have to take it this way. I mean, you could do that, or you could just, if you want the thing is from the beginning, you could just do that. So you could just put it, and you still have your hair the way you want to have it. The hateful circle is projecting some of our past experiences on us, just hateful, just crowding our brain with their trash. Right now, as we talk about that, but different things, they abuse our miracle, but they can project things. They can't, do that with you, but they, since we have our miracle where we can see, and we can make you see with projections, they have abused that on us. Even this, without the lasers, this would not be like this. It would be with the volume. It would be like, it would be more up, even with the limited hair on us by the strainer there of lasers. Bye.